Elected on 17 September 2007 under the All People's Congress APC party, Ernest Koroma served as the fourth president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. His government implemented a wide array of economic, social and political reforms. Through his inclusive and participatory governance, the small West African nation earned recognition for its democratic progress and peace consolidation.
Under President Koroma's leadership, we've seen not only good governance, but also significant economic growth.
Not surprisingly, Sierra Leone attracted huge flows of foreign direct investment, which resulted in the country becoming in 2013 one of the fastest growing economies in the world. That growth was translated into a massive national reconstruction program in roads, energy, health and agriculture.
Each time I visit Freetown, I'm struck by how quickly change is happening. Where before it was among the darkest capital cities in the world, now there is mains electricity. And according to the United Nations, over the last decade, Sierra Leone has been the second fastest improver in human development in the world.
Though he was still popular, and despite calls for him to stay on, he insisted he would not add a day to his tenure.
I have said repeatedly that the March 7 elections will be free, fair and credible, and that I will graciously hand over power to the next democratically elected president in a very peaceful transition.
And the Democrat he is, he graciously bowed out of office at the end of the constitutional two terms in April 2018. Almost 4 years on, the former president of Sierra Leone has cultivated a tremendous international profile, becoming a major contributor to peace and democracy in the West African sub-region and beyond. The advocate for an African Peace Engineering Corps, a member of the African Leadership Forum, the Tana Forum, the West African Elders Forum, the Brenthurst Foundation Governing Board. He also belongs to the Global Steering Committee of the Campaign for Nature to protect at least 30% of our planet by 2030.
I made it a point of duty that at retirement, I will build an environment that will contribute towards restoring our lost nature.
Through the exemplary execution of African Union and ECOWAS assignments of elections observation, including preventive diplomacy, President Koroma has emerged as a model African statesman, promoting democracy and mediating peaceful political transitions on the continent. Since its independence in 1964, Zambia has made a name for itself as a beacon of democracy and peaceful political change. From its independence leader Kenneth Kaunda to Frederick Chuluba to Levi Mwanawasa to Rupia Banda, Michael Sata and Edgar Lungu, the Southern African nation has had 5 peaceful democratic transitions. But this enviable glory was at risk of being badly shattered. In the run-up to its elections of August 2021, Zambia was on tenterhooks and bracing for an outbreak of post-elections violence.
That the 2021 general elections took place against a backdrop of heightened political tensions in the country, especially between the two major political parties.
The two protagonists, incumbent President Edgar Lungu of the Patriotic Front and main opposition leader Hakainde Hichilema of the United Party for National Development had been arch-rivals for over a decade and contested against each other on several occasions. And while for President Lungu the 2021 polls would have been the final if he had won, Hichilema had also decided he would not run again if he were to lose the contest that year. The stakes were clearly very high, and so were tensions. Both parties had vigilante groups called cadres, who were notorious for perpetuating violence. Already, confrontations between the cadres had resulted in loss of life.
It is the view of the Commonwealth Observer Group that the political parties concerned should disband these violent cadres.
The bitter rivalry between the two leaders was compounded by mistrust, such that Zambia was edging dangerously towards civil conflict. Anything could have pushed the country over the cliff. At this critical moment, Zambia needed an experienced, credible, and respected mediator to save her from self-destruction. Acting on early warnings, the African Union proactively put together a highly expert and powerful observation mission led by President Ernest Koroma, who was assisted by Uganda's former Vice President Dr. Specioza Kazibwe. The assignment was two-pronged: to observe the elections and, when things become heated, shift to preventive diplomacy. President Koroma was well suited for this assignment. Under his watch, Sierra Leone became a United Nations success story for peace building and peace consolidation. And by the time he left office, the Global Peace Index reckoned that in 2016 and 2017, the previously conflict-ridden nation had become the most peaceful in West Africa and the third most peaceful in Africa.
This country is not where this country was 5 years ago. It's definitely not what this country was 10 years ago. We really do come away feeling that the country is on the right path, and that you, sir, have put it on the right path with your leadership style, with the manner in which you have managed freedom, liberties, and the challenges of economic growth, which are fundamental.
I also warmly welcome the delegation of the government of Sierra Leone, led by Her Excellency the Foreign Minister. I note that the delegation includes representatives of political parties, civil society, and beyond. This is a true reflection of national unity. And I congratulate the people and government of Sierra Leone and the Peace Building Commission on your impressive partnership over the past 3 years. Since the end of its civil war, Sierra Leone has made remarkable progress. The state has restored its authority throughout the country. National security institutions have been reformed and restructured.
Away from Sierra Leone, President Koroma was part of the ECOWAS delegations which mediated the Ouattara-Gbagbo conflict, the Jammeh-Barrow impasse, and the political instability in Guinea-Bissau. With such extraordinary political experience and mediation credentials, President Koroma hit the ground running in broad-spectrum consultations with the Zambian incumbent and main opposition parties. He also met with the consortium of civil society, religious groups, the media, the Electoral Commission, security sector, and the judiciary. The AU envoy further embarked on a flurry of consultations with the African and Western diplomats, development partners, as well as heads of other elections observation missions. These included the Commonwealth Elections Observation Mission, led by former Tanzanian President Jakaya Kikwete. But there was still one critical ingredient required: a distinguished and credible Zambian national leader to add his voice to the mediation process. Along with President Kikwete, President Koroma and Vice President Kazibwe found the widely respected Zambian former president, Rupia Banda, who greatly supported their endeavors. The triumvirate of former presidents, Koroma, Banda and Kikwete, as well as Vice President Kazibwe, held several meetings at Rupia Banda's Makeni residence in Lusaka to broker peace between the incumbent President Edgar Lungu and main opposition leader Hakainde Hichilema. Thanks to the willingness of Lungu and Hichilema to put their nation first over and above their individual differences, the outcome, a smooth and peaceful political transition, was a huge relief to the people of Zambia, to the African Union and the international community. This breakthrough was even more poignant between Lungu and Hichilema. So, Zambia had pulled back from an impending conflagration, and former President Ernest Koroma, serving as the AU envoy, was central to those efforts.
Thanks that this honor has been given to us to receive you in our home. I hope we continue to be seeing you more often, whenever. The president here is going to be more free now to come and visit me and vice versa. But the ones who have come from outside, it really touches us as Zambians, all of us. Sure, the journalists agree that it's so wonderful to see brothers from other countries showing their concern for our welfare and our unity and our future. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Without a doubt, the Ernest Koroma-led AU mission to Zambia was a watershed in the AU's peaceful and democratic transition processes. Zambia is not the only nation where the Sierra Leonean statesman served so well. President Koroma successfully led the AU Elections Observation Mission to Namibia, the ECOWAS Observation Missions to Togo, Benin, and the Gambia. Of these, the election in the Gambia, as in Zambia, posed considerable challenges. However, in the Gambia, President Koroma had 4 former African heads of state to collaborate with: Presidents Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan of Nigeria, Ngalema Motlanthe of South Africa, and John Mahama of Ghana were all on ground to assist the small West African state through its stiffly contested elections. Together, the 5 statesmen engaged the incumbent President Adama Barrow, the veteran main opposition leader Hussaini Dabo, and a host of stakeholders in the Gambia. And so, another peaceful democratic transition in Africa. And once again, Sierra Leone's former President Koroma was integral to that achievement.
For ECOWAS, we have been fully engaged in the Gambian democratic process. For us as ECOWAS, it is a project that we want to see through its logical conclusion. We have been involved in the past, and before the elections, we have still engaged with institutions of government, the government, the elections management bodies, the security sector, all in the view to ensure that peace reigns in the Gambia.
It comes as a given, therefore, that the erstwhile Sierra Leonean president is being widely sought after for his rich experience in democratic good governance and peaceful political transitions. From the Ngozi Institute to the Kofi Annan Peace and Security Forum to the African Leadership Magazine and the African Bar Association and more, President Koroma has established himself as a great inspiration to the young generation of African leaders. A model African statesman, President Koroma has shown that when a leader serves his people well, life after the presidency can be very engaging and fulfilling.